As the altcoin market approaches its very important resistance level ever since the May 19th mega dump around 800 billion US dollars, Ethereum and more approach their last key moving average, the 50-day moving average. Whilst Bitcoin continues trading at the tippy top of this mega blast-off pattern, the tides have turned, and the bears are running to their mommies as they leak from their diapers. In this Bitcoin daily chart is showing us something very, extremely big. And meanwhile, Bitcoin is right now attempting to flip this 2-month ascending channel into support. Only one thing is for certain. This next pump is going to sneak up on us like a premature pumpulation always does. I'm your host, Gilbo Sharts in the charts, and if you have some alt pags, I have some great news for you guys. Absolutely very big. There's a lot being developed on this chart right now as Bitcoin has not only been trading at the tippy top of this 7 or 8 day symmetrical triangle on these shorter time frames, but as well, it's been trading at the very tippy top of this 2-month-long descending channel, and this daily chart holds something even much more preposterous, much more absolutely mystery-inducing, and very exciting as well, because every time we've seen this happen, well, I'll save that for a little bit further into the video. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, turn on these messages, absolutely time-sensitive alerts, and without any further McGill, let's dump on in. So straight away we can dump into the DXY, which as well, guys, continues to kind of face resistance right around the same level we've been talking about. And also, we're just waiting to see if this can actually breach and create a higher high and cement that and continue absolutely pumping, as clearly this is a pretty big level of traffic around this $93 level here on the DXY. And yeah, I've already covered so much, but basically if this starts dumping, then Bitcoin is greenlit to continue pumping. But here, guys, on this entire altcoin chart, we have an $800 billion market cap breached today. Currently, we're still above it. We went as high as about 817 billion, and what we did was basically touch right on almost this 50-day moving average for the entire altcoin chart. But Ethereum did, actually, and right now it's kind of right exactly on the 50-day moving average. But as you can see here on this entire altcoin chart, so this is every cryptocurrency except Bitcoin. What do you see on this chart? Well, there's 3 absolutely gargantuan levels of support and resistance, and so far this is very good for one reason, mainly that we've held this massive level of support. And this was initially resistance back in February and March of 2021. So just like 4 or 5 months ago, and what basically happened is let me just zoom out so you can see this a little better. We have this massive level of resistance. Okay, we have a massive run up to like 1.5 trillion for the entire alt space, massive crash, first bounce exactly at this level. We come back up, fail, get a bearish cross, keep going down for a couple of weeks, come back down, and look where we hold. Exactly the same level. Also the 200-day moving average, which is illustrated by this yellow line right here. And yeah, the altcoins have held that. And again, guys, this is a huge opportunity for a massive bullish swing over this month and even longer term. This is a potential long-term pump. So again, I'm not saying anything's going to happen within the next 6 hours, but what I'm saying is this is a potential huge reversal signal for the entire altcoin space. And can that help Bitcoin? You bet your bottom it can help Bitcoin, and it can boost Bitcoin. We've seen it before. We saw it 2 years ago, exactly in the summer of 2019, and it's just something that you can look at certain altcoins as a leading indicator for Bitcoin. But mainly here we flip this, and this is very good. Now we have a smaller level of resistance that did hold its support even more recently back in May and June. This level here, about that 800 $815, $820 billion range, that's what we're testing right now. And also we have the 50-day moving average here. So again, I think it's going to take a little bit of juice to break above this. I don't think we're going to break it within a day, but it's just looking very bullish now because we've held the 200-day. We've broken now above the 21, and now we're testing that 50. And things can get bullish extremely fast. So yeah, this is just a very important long-term thing happening right now. And it's the altcoins that potentially are leading the way. And this last level of resistance up here around $1 trillion, it's big for 2 reasons. It's $1 trillion, huge even number, and it did have a little bit of resistance back here when we were first initially breaking through it, and then when we had that rebound, we could not get above it, again. So $1 trillion is going to be pretty big, but ultimately, I think the biggest test we've already passed. holding this level here. This was the most important. Obviously, breaking above this 50, continuing to reclaim these horizontal price levels is obviously very important, but we're doing something very good here. And same thing for Ethereum. I mean, look at this bullish flip. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful on Ethereum's chart. We have this range here where Ethereum, from like the beginning of February all the way until actually 2 entire months, February 2nd to April 2nd, Ethereum could just not break this level here, right around 2K. And then when we finally broke it, boy, oh boy, did we lift off. But we broke it initially, back tested a little bit, came down. We had this back test, again, similar to like the last chart I just showed. And now we've held again. So again, guys, if you're talking about a dump, we had a dump. And if you're talking about flipping everything into support after, getting absolutely destroyed in the market, that is what we've been doing. So meanwhile, while everyone's been screaming, Ethereum's going to go under $1,000, Bitcoin's going to go under 20,000, it's going to go under 15,000, it's going back to 10,000, and all this absolute baloney. Meanwhile, we've just been flipping these into support, and things are actually starting to look like a recovery 100% is being completed. And as well, Ethereum is actually, right on its 50-day right now, just very... you just gotta watch this. It's gonna lead most likely the entire market. And guys, before we go any further as well, on this Bitcoin daily chart, if we take a look at the daily RSI and we just zoom back, every single time that Bitcoin has gotten into the oversold level, so below the 30 on the RSI on the daily, every single time that's gotten below that, let's even just do like the last 3 years. This even includes the bear market of 2018. Every time we've gotten below that, and then we printed higher lows on the RSI like this, you can see what happened, right? We have this initial low, a higher low, another one. Granted, this one had a little bit of a tumble, but you can see everything that happened leading up into the summer blast of 2019. Then we have, there was multiple blasts at the end of 2019 as well. Then we have the summer blast of 2020, which was another insane, maybe the biggest alt season so far, right? Last summer, like DeFi summer was insane, illustrated here. And now we have this setting a similar pattern. And okay, take a look at this. Every time that we dipped our toes below 30, we had some pretty massive swings to the upside. So just looking at this chart, does it make sense that this is all we're going to get and it's going to start absolutely dumping again? I don't know. Take a look at the charts. Bears are going to continue believing that we're going to go below 20 and 15K because they're underwater and they made absolutely huge mistakes. And they want everyone else to make mistakes with them, but let's use our little baby brains and try and actually make sense of this market. And as well, on this daily chart, Bitcoin obviously is just not looking as good as the altcoins. It's not actually looking that bad, though. Currently, it's still battling that 21-day moving average. You see, it's been doing this for a long time, just so many consecutive days in a row. It's really nicely illustrated here on this hourly chart with this, week-long symmetrical triangle, which is probably going to be breaking out very, very soon within the next, I would even say 24 to 36 hours here, very likely. Actually, yeah, so I would say that this could break out within the next 1 or 2 days. And I think it's probably going to be tilted towards the upside. However, again, I just want to be cautious because this massive zone of resistance around 37,000 is just very big. So I'm just not convinced that Bitcoin can break it just yet. Maybe have an attempt. Maybe have a go over the next day or two, though. And then on this chart as well, this is like that 2-month symmetrical triangle as well. Looks absolutely ready to bust in my eyes. I know what busting looks like, and this looks like a bust. 100%. But yeah, something else to be watching for. Held all these key fettuccine levels. We're right below this golden pocket of the fib extension, though. So again, we have resistance above us. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows just yet. But as well, on the 6-hour chart, we did actually have this bullish cross we talked about at the end of June, and we did not flip it into a bearish cross. We could have right here, right? We could have swung back, but look what happened. We bounced right off of it. We did not get a bearish cross. We had the bullish cross. It was looking like we might get a bearish cross, and we did not get that. Short-term momentum, I think, for Bitcoin still stands. I think we're going to have a short-term bust here very soon. And again, breaking above the 200 days is going to be very big. The 200 moving average on the 6 hours is going to be big for Bitcoin. And most importantly, that'll also get us above the 50 daily moving average if we can actually get a breakout here and all of these shorter time frames and bust on this daily chart as well. And guys, as well, look at this 2-month-long descending channel. We're right at the tippy top of this. If we even go to the 6-hour chart, you can see where we've been getting rejected. Right here, we were getting rejected. We got this move up, went right back in, held this horizontal level of, held this horizontal line right here, moved back up, and now we're retesting the top of this line right here. You can see it right here, and we're back testing that. So again, I think a breakout, at least a move to the upside, is actually going to be pretty certain here. Will it break us above the levels we need in the short term for Bitcoin? I'm not convinced just yet, but the absolutely growing altcoin momentum is giving me massive confidence. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like subscribe. It's gonna be these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. If you're interested in any of the bonuses, any of the trading or TA in the description, make sure to check that out. And yeah, I just feel it. Everything looks right now. As I said, like 2 months ago, when May 19th happened, I said it's going to be boring for a while, but now we're getting those big signs that we're actually finally about to be out of this boring stage. Is it going to be within the next 24 hours? Probably not. It's going to still take probably at least a couple more days, maybe even a week or two, but I see this happening, and it's very extremely exciting. Altcoin pumps are absolutely my favorite types of pumps, okay? That is where I've made the most money, and that is just where the gains absolutely blow my trousers off. Yeah, without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye-bye.